You know what I turned yesterday? 1 year of telling you the truth about technology without getting sued. 365 days, $20 billion lost to internet crime in this country alone in a single year. And I am still here, still online, and Mark Zuckerberg still hasn't sent anyone to my house. This is the episode 1.000 of my life's algorithm. Welcome to the anniversary of Behind the Digital Curtain, the only podcast where we laugh at the digital apocalypse while we can still afford to pay for the Wi-Fi. Welcome to Behind the Digital Curtain, the podcast where technology speaks human. I am Dr. Sergio Sanchez, aka Dr. Qubit, your guide to understanding what's going on with artificial intelligence, digital dangers, how to navigate this crazy world of digital lies and scams that seem straight out of science fiction movies. I will tell you how to protect yourself even if you don't like technology. And well, let's start with the show. Welcome to Behind the Digital Curtain. Hello, I'm Dr. Sergio Sanchez. You know me as Dr. Qubit, the only doctor who, instead of prescribing antibiotics, prescribes 16 characters passwords with symbols in them. Exactly 1 year ago, I sat down in front of a microphone, more nervous than a Black Friday cashier at Walmart, and I start telling you why your phone knows more about you than your therapist does. A year later, we're still here. You are still putting up with me, and I still not hack. Everybody's winning. Today, I'm not bringing you a new topic. Today, we're doing something different. We are opening the year's closet, dusting it off, and seeing how much we change. How much we're still exactly as gullible as before, and how much money we are collectively handed over to criminals who doesn't even need to learn English to rob us, because half of them already speak it better than my accountant. The pig we all fatten together. The year in scams. Let's start where it hurts the most, the wallet. You think scams are for careless people, for the uncle who clicks on everything. Wrong. Here's the facts that will keep you up at night. According to the FBI most recent report, released just this year, internet crime losses in the United States hit almost $21 billion in a single year, from more than 1 million complaints. 1 million. That means while I was recording this episode, somebody, somewhere, was about to wire their retirement savings to a financial advisor who is actually a roomful of trafficked workers in Southeast Asia. And the champion of losses, again, was investment fraud. $8.6 billion. Almost half of everything lost come from schemes you already know by their ugly name, pig butchering. They romance you for a week until you feel special. And once you are good and fattened with trust, they take the whole farm. Here is the genuinely disturbing part. This fraud grew 8,500% between 2020 and 2024. That's not a typo. 8,500%. And the victims are not only who you think. The typical profile is a college-educated person in their mid-30s to early 50s, often going through a divorce or a personal crisis, with an average loss of $121,926. This isn't your Uncle Terry falling for a fake Costco gift card text. This is your accountant, your cousin the engineer, your neighbor who plays pickleball. And here is the villain of this entire season: artificial intelligence doing the dirty work. AI-related losses, a category the FBI only started tracking separately this year, already total almost $900 million from over 22,000 complaints. And that's just the ones we are able to identify as AI-related. Remember the deepfake and voice cloning episode? Let me update you today. Just 3 seconds of your voice is enough to anyone to clone, and with 85% accuracy. 3 seconds, your voicemail greetings is already enough raw material for a scammer to call your mother pretending to be you, asking for emergency bail money. This actually happened. A mother in Florida lost $15,000 to a clone version of her own daughter's voice. The agents that never sleep. The year in artificial intelligence. Second theme of the year. We stopped talking about AI like a Siri on steroids and started talking about it like what it actually is. An employee who works 24 hours a day, never asks for a raise, and sometimes make decisions without asking you first. We talk about prompt injection, which is basically the art of whispering hidden instructions to an AI so it does something it shouldn't do, like slipping a ransom note inside a love letter. We talk about AI agents, those little programs that don't just answer questions anymore. They buy tickets, send emails, and negotiate on your behalf. Sounds great until you ask yourself, what else if somebody else gives your agent instruction and you never find out? We also talk about AI alignment and superintelligence, the topic that sounds like a science fiction until you learn there is an entire lab with budgets the size of small countries trying to answer one single question. How do we make sure something smarter than us keep listening to us? Spoiler, we don't know for sure. And that, my friend listeners, should scare you more than any clown horror movie. By the way, I wrote a book about that. Look for the God's Prompt. You can find it anywhere, mostly Amazon Kindle. The eye that never blinks. Surveillance. Pegasus and the people selling your data. This year, I also told you about Pegasus, the spyware built by Israeli company NSO Group, capable of infecting your phone with 0 clicks. 0. Documented by Citizens Lab in Toronto and Amnesty International. Deployed against journalists, activists, and politicians in dozens of countries. We also talk about data brokers, companies you will never see, never sign up for, and somehow know if you are pregnant, fresh divorced, or about to buy a truck. They buy and sell that information like cattle at an auction. And most laws in this country still haven't figured out how to put a leash on it. And the topic that made my producer the most uncomfortable, the dead internet theory. The idea that a growing share of what you see on social media, comments, posts, even friends, isn't people anymore. It's AI-generated bots talking to other bots. You laugh. But next time a Facebook comment feels suspiciously perfect, ask yourself, am I arguing with my uncle or with a language model wearing my uncle as a costume? Everyday life bites too. Screens, kids, and fake love. Not everything was international espionage. We also cover everyday stuff. Click fix, that technique where they trick you into thinking you are fixing a simple technical problem by copy-pasting a command, when you are actually opening your computer front door to a criminal. Is the digital equivalent of someone saying, is the cable guy, and you just buzzing them in without checking. We talk about circadian rhythms and screens, and how the blue light at 11 at night is lying to your brain, telling you that it's still noon. We talk about romance scams and AI companion apps, designed so you fall for an algorithm that will never ghost you, but also will never hug you when you actually need it. And we talk very carefully about digital safety for our kids, because the same tools that teach them Spanish can also expose them to predators who understand psychology better than most licensed therapists. The clock that runs different. Quantum, geopolitics, and Q-Day. And we close the year tour with a topic that sounds like a movie but is very real: quantum computing and the so-called Q-Day. The hypothetical day a quantum computer becomes powerful enough to break the encryption protecting your passwords, your bank account, and the entire government secrets. Agencies like NIST are already pushing the industry toward post-quantum algorithms, because nobody wants to be caught on the wrong side of that clock when it hits midnight. We also talk about the geopolitical chess math behind all of this: nation stockpiling offensive cyber capabilities, attacks on critical infrastructure, and a world where the next big war might not start with a missile, but with a blackout caused by a few lines of code. 1 year, 5 big stories, and the same pattern repeating in every single one. Technology is not good or bad, it's a knife. You can use it to cut bread or to stab somebody. And most people still don't even know how carrying in their own pocket.
Well, I got a text from a woman one night, said her name was Amber Rose. Said she loved my profile picture, Lord knows how that goes. She talked to me for 3 whole weeks about the moon and stars above. And by a week before she mentioned crypto, and I mistook it all for love. I sent her $1,000, then I sent 5,000 more. She showed me screenshots of my fortune, growing rich like never before. But when I tried to cash it out, the website up and vanished quick. Turns out my only investment wasn't getting played, and played real slick. Oh, they fattened me up like a hog on the farm. Sweet talk and emojis, they meant me no harm. They call me baby, they call me sweetheart, and they butchered my bank account right from the start. Now I'm living with my mother, canceled my cable TV. But I learned one lesson, and I'm passing it on to thee. If love shows up on your phone with a crypto investment plan, hang up that phone, my friend. That ain't love, that's a scam.
Tired of not knowing if the voice on the phone is really your kid? or an AI asking you to wire bail money to a warehouse in another country? Introducing the Voice Shield Guardian Dongle. The only device that plugs into your phone, make a satisfying beep and tell you in a flat robot voice whether the person on the other end is human, AI, or your brother-in-law being annoying again. Voice Shield Guardian uses patented vibe analysis technology, which is certified by absolutely no regulatory body whatsoever, but it sounds very convincing in the box. Side effects may cause mild paranoia. Family arguments about whether Aunt Linda always sounded like a dad. And in 3 documented cases, the device accused its own owner to be a bot. Voice Shield Guardian Dongle does not detect artificial intelligence, do not detect anything at all. It's a blinking LED light connected to a AA battery. It's not a substitute for common sense. Dr. Qubit accepts no liability for decisions made using a device we invented 4 minutes ago. Not available at any 7-Eleven, always verified through a separate channel, and if your kid called asking for emergency money, hang up and call them back on the number you already have. Press click with responsibility.
Woke up this morning, got a call from myself. Said I needed money, put my common sense up on the shelf. But it wasn't me talking, no sir, not one bit. It was 3 seconds of my own voice turned into a counterfeit. I got them deep fake blues, oh those deep fake blues. Can't tell my mama from a robot reading the news. Goddamn deep fake blues down to my very soul. Can't even trust my own reflection, Lord. Bail me out of this hole. My family, simple word we all agree. If you don't know the code word, well then you ain't calling me. 'Cause the future's got a voice, and it sounds just like your kin. So hang up that telephone, friend, before the con gets in.
And now, in our section of Do It Yourself, 1-year digital security audit. Since this is the anniversary, I'm not giving you one challenge. I'm giving you the full year end audit, the one you should be doing every 12 months, like a Black Friday sale, but with your security. Step 1. Open your password manager, or if you don't have one, today is your sign to get one. And change your 3 most important accounts: primary email, banking, and social media. If your current password is your dog's name plus a number, change it today. Step 2. Turn on two-factor authentication on those 3 accounts. It's not optional. It's the deadbolt on your front door. Step 3. Set up a family code word, a random word only your household knows, to confirm identity over the phone in an emergency. If someone called asking for urgent money and doesn't know the code word, that's not your relative. That's an algorithm with a good accent. Step 4. Look up your name on a data broker removal service, or at minimum go directly to the biggest data broker sites and request deletion of your information. It takes a while, but it's your legal right. One year, my friends, 1 year of telling you things that are sometimes funny and sometimes terrifying, because that's what technology is. A joke with teeth. Thank you for listening, for sharing, for sending me screenshots of scans that almost got you, and for putting up with me singing country songs and absolutely zero certified musical talent. If you want the same topics but delivered by an actual attorney and FBI Infra Guard member, my good friend Dean Morrow has a podcast called Cybercrime Junkies, and he knows this stuff better than any movie villain ever could. Go check him out. See you next episode. Protecting your password, protecting your grandmother from strange phone calls, and above all, look out for each other. Here, behind the digital curtain, there is always somebody watching your back. Have a great, great summer. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. If you enjoy it, please share with someone you want to protect and help navigate this technological world. And if you have questions, anecdotes, or stories you would like to share, write me at behindthedigitalcurtainpodcast@gmail.com. I'll be waiting for you next week for another episode of Behind the Digital Curtain, the place where technology is spoken in human language. See you later.